There are places on Earth so beautiful you feel like you're looking into a dream. But the longer you look, the more you realize that beauty is anything but gentle. A turquoise lake might contain acid strong enough to corrode life. A volcanic crater emitting blue flames in the night sky is like a gateway to hell. A giant cave large enough to hide entire forests, underground rivers, and clouds in the darkness. A pristine white desert transforms into a lake paradise after a rain, then vanishes as if it never existed. And that's just the beginning. In this series, we'll delve into some of the planet's strangest natural wonders, places created by volcanoes, glaciers, wind, water, minerals, time, and even human mistakes. Some are breathtakingly beautiful, some are silent yet deadly. Some lead scientists to believe they are other planets. And some remind us that nature doesn't need to be gentle to be great. Each episode is more than just a sightseeing tour. It's a story of life, destruction, courage, adaptation, and a lesson in respect for the power of Earth. Be prepared, because what you're about to see might make you wonder, is this really the world we live in? Or is a mysterious planet lurking beneath our feet? What if the most beautiful lake on Earth could burn your lungs? In Indonesia's Ijen crater, blue fire crawls through the darkness as sulfur gases ignite, turning the volcano into a scene that feels almost unreal. By daylight, a glowing turquoise lake steals the attention, but its water is dangerously acidic, hiding destruction beneath its beauty. Yet, the most powerful story here is human. Miners descend into toxic smoke, carrying crushing loads of sulfur just to survive. Scientists study eDAYAAVANATHHU because it feels less like Earth and more like another planet. A place of color, danger, and endurance, where wonder is both breathtaking and brutal. In Turkmenistan's Karakum Desert, the daughter hell began when a drilling site collapsed in 1971. Engineers set the escaping gas on fire, expecting the problem to disappear. Instead, the crater became a permanent furnace. Travelers describe standing near the edge at night, feeling heat on their faces while the desert glows orange around them. It looks like a movie scene, but it is also a warning. This crater is not just a wonder. It shows how human solutions can create consequences far beyond the original plan. Nature remembers our choices, and sometimes it keeps the fire burning long after we walk away. Why can one lake look deadly and still support life? Lake Natron in Tanzania is not just red water for shock value. Its extreme alkalinity, with a pH near 12, comes from minerals washed down from volcanic landscapes. That chemistry can burn skin and preserve dead animals in a mineral crust, which is why the shore looks so eerie. But the same harsh conditions also protect lesser flamingos from many predators, making the lake a rare breeding sanctuary. Nature is not simply beautiful or dangerous. Sometimes, the same extreme force that destroys one life form creates safety for another. This lake proves that pressure can turn ordinary ground into a masterpiece. In Canada, Spotted Lake changes when summer heat pulls the water back, revealing hundreds of mineral pools shaped by magnesium, calcium, silver, and titanium. Those colors are not decoration, they are chemistry made visible. Blue, white, yellow, and green shift with temperature, reminding us that change is not weakness. For indigenous people, this place carried sacred meaning linked to healing and protection. That matters because beauty here is not just seen from above, it is understood through respect. Spotted Lake. When life feels dry, exposed, or cracked, something valuable may still be forming beneath the surface. Who needs a skyscraper when Vietnam has a cave that can swallow one for breakfast? Son Doong is so huge, a 40-story building could stand inside, and it would still feel like it rented a studio apartment. It even has room for a Boeing-sized flex, because apparently normal caves were too shy. But the real plot twist is inside. There is an underground jungle. Giant holes in the ceiling pour sunlight into the darkness. Rivers carve through the limestone like nature's construction crew. Clouds even form inside, as if the cave hired its own weather department. Those massive stalagmites, that is nature's version of go big or go home. Son Doong is not just a cave, it is a hidden planet under the mountains, and it proves Earth still has secrets bigger than our imagination. I used to think caves were just dark holes, until I imagined stepping into Mexico's Cave of the Crystals. Nearly 980 feet below the Nika mine, this place feels less like a cave and more like Earth showing off its hidden architecture. Giant selenite crystals stretch up to 36 feet long and weigh more than 55 tons, formed when magma heated mineral-rich water for thousands of years. But beauty here comes with a warning. Temperatures reach 136 degrees Fahrenheit with almost total humidity, so humans can only enter briefly. To me, this cave proves that some wonders are not meant to be conquered, only respected. One might think that a starry sky could only exist high above, but Waitomo has proven that it can glow underground. In New Zealand, these limestone caves were formed over millions of years as water slowly eroded the chambers, columns, and sharp rock formations. But the real magic lies in the biological aspect, not the decoration. Thousands of glowworms cling to the cave ceiling, creating a soft blue light through chemical reactions within their bodies. Looking down from a boat, the scene is peaceful. But each light emitted is also a survival tool, attracting tiny insects in the darkness. That contrast is what makes Waitomo so powerful. The beauty here is not accidental, it has a purpose. Even in the silence of the glowworm caves, life can adapt, shine, and turn the darkness to its advantage. Geysers are nature's perfect plan, but not when the fly geyser shows that accidents can become art. In Nevada, this bizarre formation began after drilling opened a conduit for underground hot water. Over time, minerals have created colorful terraces, while thermophilic microorganisms have embellished the surface with shades of red, yellow, green, and orange. It stands about 3.6 meters tall and continuously spews steam and water like a miniature painted volcano. As an observer, what captivated me was the blend of error and beauty. Humans created it, but nature redesigned it. Fly Geyser proves that not every accident is a failure. Some become wonders. I used to think an island meant beaches and calm water. Then Wakari changed that idea completely. As a volcano observer, I see it as a warning rising from the sea. Most of its body hides underwater, while the crater breathes toxic gas, steam, and heat. Old sulfur mining ruins remind us that people once tried to profit from this dangerous ground. The 2019 eruption showed the tragic cost of underestimating nature. Today, ash, black rock, boiling mud, and new vents make Wakari feel alive, unstable, and powerful. This island teaches one clear lesson. Wonder deserves respect, not confidence. Maybe the Danakil Depression should not be called a wonder at all. Maybe it is Earth's warning label. Supporters see it as a scientific treasure, 410 feet below sea level, split by 3 tectonic plates, packed with volcanoes, lava lakes, salt flats, and clues that help researchers imagine life beyond Earth. But another view is harder to ignore. This is a brutal place where heat can pass 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Toxic gases rise from the ground and earthquakes keep rewriting the land. For local communities, even the salt once meant survival and trade. So is Danakil a natural laboratory a dangerous wasteland, or a monument to human endurance? The answer is all three. This is not a swimming spot. It is the ocean's dark elevator. Belize's Great Blue Hole looks like a perfect blue circle from above. But below, over 400 feet of mystery, nearly 1,000 feet wide. At about 130 feet down, divers find giant stone formations, proof this place was once dry caveland. Go deeper and oxygen almost disappears. That means no big sea life, no coral party, just silence. Ancient beliefs saw it as a doorway to the underworld. Honestly, one look at it and that sounds reasonable. Pink water, not a filter. Lake Hillier in Australia looks like nature opened a giant bottle of strawberry milk. But the color is not lighting, not editing, not magic. It comes from salt-loving algae and bacteria producing pigments in extreme salty water. Even rain, wind, and strong sun cannot wash the pink away. The lake is about 2,000 feet long, separated from the ocean by a thin strip of land. Two waters sit close together, but they stay different. Salt miners once tried to use it. The lake basically said, "No thanks," and corroded their equipment. Today, swimming is banned to protect its tiny microbes. Sometimes the smallest life forms create the boldest wonders. This mountain looks fake, like Earth accidentally opened a paint app. But Zhangye Dangxia in China is completely real. Those rainbow stripes are not filters. They are layers of sandstone, minerals, and time, built slowly over millions of years. Iron brings the red tones, copper adds green, calcium helps create the pale bands. Then tectonic pressure lifted the land upward. Wind and erosion carved everything down, turning buried layers into a landscape that looks designed by nature's wildest artist. Locals once believed spirits guarded these hills after sunset. And honestly, looking at the colors, I get it. EDAYAAVANATHHU is not just beautiful, it is geology, weather, myth, and millions of years stacked into one giant natural canvas. A tourist came to Antelope Canyon in search of the perfect photo. But the guide gave them a more valuable lesson. Look up, observe the sky, and respect the canyon. This place was formed by sudden flash floods, creating narrow passageways and winding cliffs from 190 million-year-old Navajo sandstone. Simply put, never enter without a Navajo guide. Watch out for weather warnings and move slowly, as some paths are only wide enough for one person. The upper canyon is famous for its light. The lower canyon offers a more adventurous experience. The real value. Don't just collect pictures, understand the land, support the local Navajo community, and remember, beauty is best protected when it is respected. I used to think Cappadocia was famous only because of the hot air balloons. Then I realized the real wonder is under your feet. As a traveler, I see those fairy chimneys not as strange rocks, but as proof that time can sculpt better than any artist. Volcanic ash from millions of years ago became soft stone. Then, wind and rain carved towers with hard caps protecting them like natural umbrellas. But people did more than admire the land. They dug rooms, tunnels, ventilation shafts, and stone doors, turning danger into shelter. At sunrise, balloons rise above the valleys. At night, the dark sky opens with stars. Cappadocia teaches me this: when the world around you is harsh, creativity can turn stone into home. This place looks like snow, but it is not cold. Pamukkale in Turkey is made by hot spring water flowing down the hills, carrying calcium bicarbonate. When the water reaches open air, carbon dioxide escapes. Then, calcium hardens into white limestone terraces, making the landscape look like a frozen cotton castle. But here is the twist. The pools are warm, shallow, and full of minerals. For centuries, people believed the water helped with skin, bones, and digestion. The color also changes with sunlight and minerals: turquoise, milky white, and pale yellow. Pamukkale is not just beautiful. It is chemistry, history, and healing power flowing together. A glacier sitting on volcanoes. That is not peaceful. That is Iceland flexing. Vatnajökull is a monster of ice, covering about 8% of Iceland and stretching across thousands of square miles. But underneath that frozen giant, active volcanoes are still alive. When heat meets ice, it can trigger Jökullaups, violent glacier floods that Icelanders have feared for centuries. Inside the glacier, blue ice caves glow like frozen cathedrals. Beautiful, but temporary. Vent holes release pressure, warm seasons reshape the walls, and some caves vanish forever. So every visit is a race against time. Vatnajökull is not just ice. It is fire, pressure, danger, and beauty trapped in one living landscape. A hiker once set out for Reflection Canyon with only excitement, then realized the problem fast. Beauty does not care if you are unprepared. This canyon in the US is remote, dry, and brutal, carved by ancient rivers through sandstone more than 190 million years old. Its famous S-shaped curves appear best when water levels drop, but reaching them means walking for miles through desert with no fresh water. Treat it like survival, not sightseeing. Check weather, study maps, carry extra water, start early, and never rely on phone signal. Scientists compare the terrain to Mars, but the real lesson is down to Earth. The best views are earned by patience, planning, and respect for danger. A fish is born where yesterday there was only sand. That is the strange twist of Lençóis Maranhenses. Before we explain the dunes, start with the ending. Rain arrives, hidden eggs awaken, and temporary lagoons suddenly fill with life. Then the water slowly fades, leaving the land quiet again. Now, rewind. This place looks like a desert, but it is not one. It receives heavy seasonal rain, and a clay layer beneath the white sand traps that water, forming emerald pools between the dunes. Some lagoons grow deep enough to swim in, but only for a few months. By the next dry season, many disappear like they were never there. That is why scientists compare this landscape to alien worlds, and why travelers come between June and August. Lençóis Maranhenses is not empty. It is nature's disappearing masterpiece.